Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
Welcome in, friends, family, countrymen, to the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. We are live on YouTube just as we are every weekday, high noon Eastern time. and then wherever you get your podcast, talking nothing but Boston sports. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air as he does every weekday at this time. We do have some Patriots to talk about and their pursuit of free agents and what Elliott Wolf, the GM, is saying now about who they're going to draft, what they're looking to draft, and how they're handling the rest of free agency. There's some breaking news on that. Plus, we will also look at a weird weekend for the Bruins. They did something that I've never seen an NHL team do, and it's not one of those good things. And have they turned on the goaltender? The fan base probably already has. Have the players in the locker room done so as well? And we've talked about the big three all spring training long for the Red Sox, this generational trio of prospects set to make the team this year. One of them is going to make the team on opening day. But is that a mistake? All that and more coming up on this episode of The Cam Show. So we know the Patriots are desperate, right? You kind of have to be when you've won 8 games in 2 years. You have to be desperate. And now you're on the third coach in 3 seasons. You're probably on borrowed time with the general manager. The owner has lost a lot of the banked credit that he had with the fan base. And you are struggling to just be a regular, normal franchise and not being the worst franchise, let alone the worst team, the worst franchise in the NFL. This is as desperate as we've seen the Patriots in an entire generation, and it's as desperate as you'll see a team without them coming out and saying, we're hella desperate. Okay, because now there's a new report about the Chris Godwin deal. So obviously Chris Godwin re-signed with the Bucs. He was the top target for the Patriots in terms of free agency, needed a big wide receiver. He ended up re-signing with Tampa at 3 years and $66 million. And the Bucs GM said this weekend, quote, there were several teams that inquired, but there was one that kept writing him blank checks. We got to a point of what we could do in order to keep everything together and add some pieces here, and he took it. I wonder who's writing the blank checks there. I wonder if it was the team that Bill Barnwell of ESPN said earlier this month, or earlier last month, I guess, that the Patriots were going to pay upwards of $30 million a year, an extra $24 million than what the Bucs were going to offer him. I wonder if that's the team that they're talking about writing blank checks. We've heard this figure thrown around, $30 million for Chris Godwin. We heard north of $30 million for Brandon Ayuk in a deal that would have happened in the offseason before the 2024 season. The Patriots are ready to throw like almost league record kind of money at that position to get a competent NFL wide receiver in this room. Chris Godwin is 29. And I like Chris Godwin, by the way. I thought he should have been their top free agent target. But Chris Godwin is 29, and he's coming off a major ankle injury that sidelined him for half the year last year. And there's questions about his availability at the beginning of this year. And the Patriots are ready to give him $30 million. And we as a fan base have all accepted that is probably what it's going to have to be. You know, the guy is nearing Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb money for Chris Godwin. And we're all like, well, yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. And the most damning part about all of it is that he turned it down to stay in Tampa for $8 million less a year on the 3-year deal. So, look, maybe that's the money he's saving with having no state income tax in Florida or whatever. But they turned you down over $20 million more in that contract scenario. And he turned you down to stay in Tampa. So the only thing worse than the Patriots being as desperate as they are is the fact that it's still not working. They still can't get NFL wide receivers here. And all the stuff that, your Patriot haters, reporters talk about Burt Breer and the like, about saying how nobody wants to come here. Like, the proof is in the pudding. Milton Williams, you had to make the highest paid player in the history of the organization for a guy who plays 50% of the snaps. Now, that's not like I like Milton Williams, but still, we're not talking about bringing in a big-time quarterback or a big-time wide receiver or a shutdown corner or somebody who plays 80% of the defensive snaps. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a defensive tackle who plays half the defensive snaps. And you got him because you're paying him $26 million a year. You offered Chris Godwin 30. Again, not Justin Jefferson, not CeeDee Lamb, not Brandon Ayuk of a year ago, not T. Higgins. You offered it to Chris Godwin, and he said, no, you can't even bring in the B-plus level receivers at A-plus level money to come and play here. Like, you want to talk about how great Drake May is, and I believe he is the franchise quarterback for years to come. But it's like this harsh reality that the Kraft family now has to deal with, that probably Elliott Wolf has to deal with after all those years with Green Bay, of you can't just have the young, promising quarterback and attract everybody else. There's a lot of other shit going on with this team. You know, there is the losing mentality because all they've done is lose the last 2 years. You know, there's the ashtrays on the team plane. There's, wondering where the ownership's priorities are. They're wondering how long-term the coach is going to be there. And they're also wondering how long it's going to take for us to actually win. That could have driven Chris Godwin away. It's probably what drove Cooper Kupp away. These veteran guys that you're trying to get in free agency that are, nearing 30 or north of 30, they're saying this is a long-term project. This is not just a Drake May's good kind of fix. Like, if we sign here, we can make some money and we could be a part of turning this around, but we're not going to be here once it's actually turned around. So blank checks aren't doing anything for them. That's the territory of the wilderness that you've entered as an organization, that you're writing blank checks to free agents, and that's not even luring them in here. It's like, it's a long, hard look in the mirror here. And there's some optimism from Patriots fans. I know, from the beginning of free agency with how you made your defense better, there's thoughts of like, hey, maybe this team can be in the playoff picture in December. This is kind of the sobering reality here. Because in order to do that, you're probably going to have to nail the draft, which the Patriots have not done in a while. And Lord only knows if this GM can do that or if this head coach can do that. Because I think we all like Mike Vrabel, but, we still need to see him make these savvy draft decisions. And who knows if that's going to come in this year. You're going to have, kind of a foolproof pick at number 4 if Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter are there. But if not, you're going to really see what this front office is made of. And I shudder at that thought. Because if blank checks aren't going to bring your targets in, you've got to really be dynamite in player development and kind of prospect management here and scouting. And I don't know that the Patriots are that. There's been nothing that has really shown me that. They hit on the Drake May pick, and that's great. That's kind of what you had left at that point. And they've developed him, and he looks good. The rest of that draft last year, totally worthless. Your second-round pick with a first-round grade in Jalen Polk was awful. Lab McConkey, the guy who you traded with, basically, with the Rams to go and get, was an awesome rookie player. With the Chargers, Lab McConkey was an awesome player in his rookie year. So there's nothing that this front office has shown me that says, yeah, they'll get a couple of plug-and-play starters in the draft this year. 3 of them, 4 of them. No way, man. No way. And if blank checks aren't going to get you the free agents you want, that's where you have to succeed. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, what is there? Like, this shows me that it's going to take a couple more years than a lot of Patriots fans think. Be sure to like and subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell to get notified every time we're going live. It's high noon Eastern time every weekday, and then wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Cam Stewart, Zach Burke, keeping us on the air. Speaking of that, like kind of an addendum to that with the Patriots thing and the draft, Elliot Wolf, the GM, has actually talked a little bit about what their draft strategy might be. He said it this Monday morning, actually. And he said, with the way we handled free agency, we're really looking at the best available player at number 4 in the draft. And I never thought as a Patriots fan, I would be so excited about such a basic no-brainer statement. Like with how bad the Patriots are, they, again, needing to improve every position group except for quarterback. Every other position group is up for improvement, needs improvement. And so it should be dead obvious that this team would go for the best available player at the number 4 pick in the draft. And yet I was on pins and needles to think of what they were going to do. Because and first off, if Travis Hunter isn't there at 4, this still becomes pretty muddy on what they're going to do, if they're going to trade back. But I would lay awake at night thinking, are they just going to say we need an offensive lineman more than anything? Because although that is the truth, you can't draft Will Campbell number 4. You just can't do it. You can't use that kind of draft capital on a guard. Or are they going to say, boy, we really couldn't get, we threw a blank check at Chris Godwin and he said, no, we need a receiver. Let's go and draft Ted McMillan number 4. That would be brutal for me. Outside of Travis Hunter, which it seems more and more likely he is going to be available at 4. Outside of him, who would be the best available player? I think your best option is to trade back. And even if you do draft Travis Hunter, you've got some picks in that second round. You could trade back into the first, late in the first round, and get someone extra. Maybe the Warren kid from Penn State is still available in the 20s. I doubt it. But you can maybe get a tackle there in the 20s. There's a way that you could do that. But if basically what Elliot Wolf is saying here by saying we're going to go for the best available player is he's saying we're going to draft Travis Hunter if he's there at 4. No doubt. I mean, other than that, you've got what? The corner from Michigan. You've got the defensive tackle from Michigan. You've got this linebacker from Georgia, Jalen Walker, it would be a bit of a reach at 4, but clearly Mike Vrabel indicated with his early free agent signings that they need to improve the linebacker core entirely, and they brought in a couple, but I think you could still use that kind of young cornerstone Mike linebacker kind of guy, or maybe it's an outside linebacker like Vrabel was, and I think Walker would fit that. But again, that's going off the board at 4. And if Travis Hunter isn't available at 4 and he's already gone, that means one of those top 2 quarterbacks, aka Shedeur Sanders, is going to be available. So it does open up a lot of avenues for the Patriots to trade back within the top 10. There are teams that are going to be desperate for a quarterback. And most importantly, they're going to be 2 or 3 teams that are looking at a quarterback because they're going to have to compete with the Patriots and the other team that's drafting right behind them. So there's all kinds of different ways they can go if Travis Hunter isn't available. But again, with all the mock drafts we're seeing now, Travis Hunter is there. There are still some dummy sites that are saying that the Patriots will draft McMillan or Campbell at 4 and Travis Hunter will go 5 or 6. That's not happening. And I can rest a little easier now with Elliot Wolf saying that. Basically that, hey, if Travis Hunter's there, we're going to take him. That's what he's saying by saying we're going to take the best available player. And again, I know a lot of people are kind of doubting this in terms of how it works in the NFL, but Travis Hunter gives you 1.5 positions. The Patriots are grading him as the best corner and the best wide receiver in the draft. There are other teams that are sharing that kind of sentiment, that he's 1 or 2 at both of those positions in the draft. I don't think I know it doesn't happen often, almost at all in the NFL, but he's done it at a pretty high college level. I don't think it's crazy to have Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball in the NFL. Not every snap. You can't keep up with that. Not in this league. League's too good. League's too physical. But there are absolutely ways that you can have him play slot corner and be out there for a third of the offensive snaps. Or maybe the only other thing with Travis Hunter that doesn't make him Marcus Jones is that he doesn't do special teams really. So you can't, it's not like you're just going to have him as the Marcus Jones type all the time, punt returner, all the time corner, and sometimes on offense. I think you would have to work him in a little bit more on offense than you would a guy like Marcus Jones. But this is also coming from a guy in Elliott Wolf who might not be on the payroll shortly after the NFL draft. That's the other thing. That is the other thing that you have to factor in here. But it's the best form of clarity I think we've gotten from the Patriots front office all off season, right? Like they told you about how they wanted to bring in character guys. They didn't want to bring in, demanding wide receivers who would muddy up the huddle with Drake May. That was bullshit. Okay. That's because Chris Godwin said no. They offered, $20 million more over the term of the contract than the Bucs did, but he said no. And so then you start hearing this stuff, and then you start hearing, oh, we're gonna go after free agency in the draft in the trenches. You just saw what the Eagles did, and then you didn't. You signed one offensive lineman and a defensive tackle, which is great, but you did that because Chris Godwin said no. And now you're telling me you're not going to draft Will Campbell at number 4 because he's not going to be the best available player. So you've already pivoted on that as well. As long as they take Travis Hunter, that's fine. Okay. Am I saying that Travis Hunter is going to be a Hall of Famer? No, we don't know that, right? We have no idea what kind of stud this kid's going to be, or if he's not going to be a stud. But it would at least be refreshing to feel that the Patriots are not overthinking it like they did last year. They didn't overthink it at number 3 last year, and it became the only pick that turned into anything in year 1. Don't overthink this. That's all I'm saying. Whether it's, Travis Hunter, or if he's not there, if you get the defensive tackle from Michigan, that seems a little redundant with Milton Williams, but hey, or if it's Abdul Carter there and not Travis Hunter, then at least don't overthink it. That's all. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcast, talking nothing but Boston sports. The Cam Show rolls on. The Boston Bruins did something this weekend that I have never seen, and it's shameful, to be quite honest with you. That's coming up next on The Cam Show.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science, take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com. At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Do you ever have a story that you just can't get out of your head?
One that you play the details of over and over with your friends?
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Claire.
And I'm Susan.
And this is Justice Pending.
a weekly true crime podcast where we discuss tantalizing crimes with more questions than answers.
Thanks for joining us.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com.
Welcome back to the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. I do want to highlight a comment here, and I apologize for missing it during the Patriots segment, but it's a good point from S-Pod. Look, there's a lot to read here, but the last part of it, culture is code word for cheapness. That is 1,000% correct. And that's what I was kind of trying to get to at the end there, is the Patriots are veiling their cheapness over, under the guise of we're looking for a better culture. And I think they are looking for a better culture. Like, I actually don't doubt that, but they hide behind that word. And they have been cheap over the last few years. I will say with the Godwin thing, though, like, I don't know what more they could do there. Like in the moment. I mean, obviously they could have had better teams over the last few years. They could have better direction to show, hey, here's why you should come here, plus the $20 million extra. But they offered him somewhere between $20 and $24 million more over the term of the contract than the Bucs did. So I don't know how much that is for take home. I don't know, the tax math on that. But yeah, they will continue to hide behind culture as a way to show their inability to build a team over the last few years. And maybe Vrabel will put in a culture and will make it different. I'm certainly hoping that's the case. But we rolled on with the Cam Show, which is live here on YouTube, high noon Eastern time, just like we are every weekday, with the segments going out on YouTube as well, and then available wherever you get your podcasts. The Boston Bruins did something this weekend that I've never seen in an NHL game. Clearly, the tank is in, right? They've lost 6 games in a row. It was a nightmare of a road trip out west where they lost 5-2, 3-1, and then 7-2 last night against the Kings. You could do the math. I mean, they've given up 30 goals in that 6-game losing streak. They're just awful. They look like an AHL team, and it's a brutal limp to the finish line here in the last 3 weeks or so of the season. But what they did Saturday night is something that I think all Bruins fans need to remember for years to come, no matter how this retool goes. If it's a good thing, if it goes well, we'll kind of laugh at this. And if it doesn't go well, we'll say maybe this was the beginning of the end right here. Maybe it wasn't the Marchand trade, but maybe this was the moment that the Bruins lost all of their pride. Because Saturday night, 10 o'clock, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time start, they're playing on the West Coast, obviously, against the worst team in the NHL, literally the worst team in the NHL, the San Jose Sharks, who they have not lost to in their last 15 meetings. And late in the third, the Sharks score the go-ahead goal at 2-1. Except there's one problem that Andy Brickley and the Nesson broadcast point out right away as the Sharks are celebrating their go-ahead goal.
It's the goal. Yeah, that's offside.
No question about it. 11 times out of 10, that is an offside play. And the Bruins knew it right away. And so they're looking at with their video team, seeing if they're going to challenge it. And they end up calling their timeout so that they have more time to look at it. And you can hear the pop in the arena when they show the replay. The Bruins fans are cheering. This is going to be no goal. Brickley, shows the replay a couple of times. And he's like, yeah, there's not a goal. No way this is a goal. They even have the freeze frame. Not a goal. Look at that. White between the skater on the bottom of the screen there and the blue line, and the puck is already across the blue line. No doubt that is an offside, no goal. And as the Bruins call their timeout and they sit there, nothing happens. They don't challenge the play. And the goal stands. And the game goes on. They give up an empty netter and they lose. That is the night, March 22nd, 2025. That is the night that the Bruins tried to pull a fast one on you. It's a Saturday night at about 1 a.m. Eastern time on a day full of March Madness. You're not even thinking about hockey. You're probably not watching this dog shit team. It's the wee hours of the morning against the worst team in the league. And they're saying, we don't want the point here. We don't even want the loser point. We want to continue this regulation losing streak. We are tanking. And we're at the point where we are going to let the other team, the worst team in the National Hockey League, we're going to let them cheat. We're going to let them break the rules so that we can continue to tank. That's how bad we want this thing. That is how down and out of it we are in this season. That's how hopeless this team and the short-term future of this franchise is, that we're going to literally let the other team break the rules if it helps us lose and get a better draft pick. Kudos. Well done. It sounded like Don Sweeney made the call, like during the timeout. Guys, we know this is an offside, but don't do it. Don't challenge it. We have a chance here. We have a chance to get 0 points. And they went and they did it. And Sacco said after the game that, he thinks, it looked like the guy didn't have possession. And so, therefore, the puck would just be entering the zone and they could tag up before they touched it. Like, come on. Look at this still image. There's no way he doesn't have possession. Better yet, let's look at the video again. There's
That's
no...
the goal. Yeah, that's offside.
What part of that is not possession? He's literally carrying the puck into the zone. What are they talking about? And poor Joe Sacco, local kid, has been with the Bruins organization as an assistant for a decade. He knows this is his last chance to be the head coach, and he's just the sacrificial lamb. Like, the poor guy, Sweeney just trots him out there and says, yeah, this will be our guy. We'll get back to the playoffs. And then makes them do shit like this, where they're literally punting a game. They're just saying, we don't want to win this game. Like, where is the fucking pride, man? Are you kidding me? And I'm sitting here trying not to cuss at my TV because, it's after midnight. And I'm surprised at just how many people on Bruins Twitter are actually following this. Maybe they didn't pull a fast one on us because we all saw it. We all saw how they deliberately just punted their chance to win the game. And how does that affect the locker room? Like, the players are looking up at the Jumbotron. They see that it's offsides. They see the video that the coaches are looking at. And then Joe Sacco is trying to say that the guy didn't have possession. Like, these people aren't stupid. I can't imagine what kind of effect that has on the guys in the locker room. It's just, how do you move forward from that? How do you say, yeah, this is an organization that is trying to win? How do you pull out all the ethos, the pathos, whatever it is, of an original six team that has all that kind of pride and a city that loves it? Like, they're trying to lose. I've never seen, obviously we see teams tank all the time, but I've never seen an NHL team go that deliberate in a game to try and lose it. It's unfathomable to me. But that's where the Bruins are at right now. 2 years ago, they set the record for wins and points in a season. Less than 2 years later, they are giving up a game against the worst team in the NHL so that they can get a better draft pick. Like, it's this team has fallen so far. This organization has fallen so far. And I just can't believe how much the ownership just blindly backs it. They just said, yeah. Don Sweeney and Cam Neely fucked up this roster so bad that we had to trade our captain to arguably right now our biggest rival and, a right shot defenseman for, our other biggest playoff rival. And by the end of March, we're going to be facing the worst team in the league, and we're going to try and lose and just hope our fans aren't staying up till 1 a.m. Eastern time to watch it. And if they are, guess what? This whole season's been a big fuck you to you anyway, so might as well just keep it going. It's sad. It's really sad. But hey, at this point, I said after the trade deadline, they probably should just be tanking anyway. So how can I knock them for tanking? At least make us believe that you're trying to win. Because trust me, you don't have the skill to win many games anyway. That 6-game losing streak is a big sign of that. But now the Bruins are slotted somewhere between, picks 5 and 9 as it stands right now. But I'm deciding to go to the Tankathon website and sim the 2025 NHL draft lottery to see how many times it will take me for the Bruins to get the number 1 pick. Now, you can't see it, but I'm going to do it for my own enjoyment. Try number 1. Nope, they're picking 9th. Oof, that's tough. That's one spot over where they're slotted right now. Try number 2. 8th, where they're supposed to be right now. Okay. Try number 3. Ooh, very close. The Bruins at number 2 in this draft. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take number 2. No, back down to 9 on draft number 4. Lottery number 5, they're down to 10. Oh, that would be brutal. 6, they're back to 9. 7, they're still at 8th. 8, they go down 1 to 9. Oh my gosh. The 9th draft, they're 8th. They might not have any shot at the number 1 pick at this point. The 10th, they're down to 10. How about that for symmetry? Nope. Still at 9. What's that? 11, 12? Nope. 13. No. So the point of this is the Bruins still have to continue losing. Okay. It's not that bad that, like, at least the Blackhawks are going to be in the top 3. At least the Sharks are going to be in the top 3. 15 simulations and they're still not number 1. They're just stuck at that 8 and that 9. It's going to be another, 2000 NHL draft where they draft that Janssen kid out of Sweden and they never end up even signing him, let alone him playing for the Bruins. This is a shithole of a year for the Boston Bruins. And they, for a proud organization, as an organization as proud as they are, to pull what they pulled on Saturday night is so Bush League and so bullshit that fans have to demand better. They have to. We've done the whole 2 seasons worth of milking out the centennial season. We bought all the crap. Okay, you're busting up fucking season ticket prices for us to watch that. For us to watch a team that doesn't want to win hockey games. It's horrible for this organization. It's horrible for the league. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're here every weekday talking a lot of Bruins. every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts. For Zach Burke keeping us on the air, I'm your host, Cam Stewart. One more thing about the Bruins here, because we've done the offsides and the clearly punting on it, and that was an eventful night Saturday night. Well, Sunday night, they had another eventful game. Now, they lost 7-2. They were up 1-0, 19 seconds into the game, but the other 59 and a half minutes, they were outscored 7-1. Thank God the Kings did not have an off day. They came in here and they blew the Bruins out. But what we almost saw in the middle of the game was something I've only seen once in my lifetime. So Hustadinov, I believe it was, is going hard to the net, and then he gets pushed around by Darcy Kemper, the Kings goalie. And he's trying to take some extra shots at him. And so, a scuffle ensues. And Jeremy Swayman, Bulldog, the Bruins goalie, goes out to the red line. And we almost had something I have not seen in the NHL in 15 years.
Now Swayman calling Kemper out to the red line. They're going to go. Look at this. Kemper against Swayman. The referee grabs Swayman. The linesman grabs Kemper. They won't let it happen.
That is a disgrace. That is an absolute disgrace to the NHL, those referees stepping in. That is horrible. That's so awful for our game and our sport. And someone put it best, I think it was Ty Anderson, put it best. He said, you know what the NHL did there? They could have had the number one play on SportsCenter. Maryland hit a buzzer beater in the Sweet 16, or to go to the Sweet 16. That would have been pretty big too. But they had a chance to be like one of the highlights of the night, the NHL. And instead, with those refs stepping in, they said, no, we're okay with everything just being buried on ESPN+. That's what we're fine with. And Brickley had the best point. He said, yeah, I know the league's, trying to step in and stop these, but I don't think anyone was going to the concourse for popcorn when Jeremy Swayman was calling out Darcy Kemper to the red line. And I don't think Kemper wanted to fight because I think he's a pussy. But the biggest pussy is that linesman for stepping in. Like, are you kidding? Sunday night, Bruins Kings, like the game's already going to get out of hand at that point. Like, come on, man, let that happen. That is so bullshit for this NHL. Like, I get that you want to be more skilled and more speed. Like, that's great. And the game is as skilled as it's ever been. But there's room for a goalie fight if something like that happens. And to step in, like that's what sucks about today's NHL. And that's why, even though I love the sport, that's why this league is not going to overtake the NBA, even when the NBA is really hurting and the NHL is doing well. Because of shit like that. Who doesn't want to see that? Anyway, maybe the Bruins teammates don't want to see that. And maybe Bruins teammates have gotten a little sick of Jeremy Swayman. He obviously had the big holdout in the offseason and was dragging that on. He was the reason that he was the only reason that he didn't have a preseason and was really slow out of the gates, was pretty kind of bad out of the gates, and is once again bad in these last 6 games. The 6-game losing streak, I should say, he's been horrible. It's, by the way, the 12th time this season. I wanted to read the stat real quick. 12th time this season the Bruins have allowed at least 6 goals in a game, most since 2007. But Jeremy Swayman's last 4 starts, 0-4-0, so all 4 losses in regulation, .815 save percentage, 6 is his goals against average, 88 saves on 108 shots. No other starting goalie in the league has worse stats over that same stretch. He's been putrid lately. And, goalies are a weird breed, right? They're a bit standoffish. But I think the Bruins were really rubbed the wrong way with how he handled this in the offseason. We know Brad Marchand was kind of calling him out without calling him out by saying, I'm not going to talk about my contract in the media. That's not something we do here. That's not something I want to do. So without saying Jeremy Swayman's name, he called out Jeremy Swayman. And then Swayman almost has this galvanizing moment last night where he's going to stand up for his teammate, right? He's going to fight the other team's goalie because, that's what happens. Goalies fight goalies. And the refs step in. But then they asked Nikita Zadorov, the media asked Nikita Zadorov after the game, a guy who has actually shown some leadership skills for the Bruins and has been able to answer the bell whenever he's been called upon in terms of the physical aspect of the game. And here's what Nikita Zadorov had to say about that situation.
Do you guys appreciate that Jeremy stuck up for Lucinino?
Is that what it is?
Look like it.
Okay. I don't know. No comment.
They hate this guy. I don't know. Is that what it was? I don't know. No comment. Like, they don't even like the guy. And I think, you can't pin this season on any one player. But Jeremy Swayman has a big hand in this. There was drama around this season from the very beginning. From late June with the Olmark trade all the way up through October when they get the deal done with Swayman. He's very public about it. He's in the media all the time. He's talking about this Maine business school stuff. And even when he's supposedly standing up for his teammates, the actual leaders in the locker room are like, really? Is that what that was? Could have fooled me. That shows that there's clear friction in that locker room. Are you kidding me? And hockey players are the most non-dramatic of any, they're not throwing their teammates under the bus. They're bland in their answers. They're trying not to give anything away. And here's Nikita Zadorov being like, that's what you call it? Huh. And Nikita Zadorov is probably going to be a guy who's wearing an A next year from what we've seen so far this season and how the guys kind of rally around him. He's not the best player on the team. Don't get me wrong. But maybe this whole Bulldog Swayman thing is just bullshit. It's all bullshit. Because the only guy who's been kind of called out by any of his Bruins teammates this year has been Jeremy Swayman. And it's happened a couple of times. Other than the fake Rich Keefe report about, Pastrnak and Marchand, everything else in the media and what players have said in the locker room has been about Jeremy Swayman, whether directly or indirectly. And to show how pissed off they are is Nikita Zadorov saying that. I know he's not the best player on the team. I know you could probably call him a bit of a bust for a guy who's picked in the top 20 in the NHL draft 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and this is his fifth or sixth different team. But one thing he is he's a pro. He's a pro's pro. Everyone talks about everywhere he goes, his leadership ability and the way that he carries himself on and off the ice. The guy's a pro. And when he's calling out Jeremy Swayman like that, it's pretty damning. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell to get notified every time we're going live, high noon Eastern time every weekday, and then wherever you get your podcasts. The Cam Show rolls on. Real quick, we have a segment about which of the big three is actually going to be on the Red Sox opening day roster and whether that's a mistake. Let's talk about it next on The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Unlock a world of convenience with Mullybox, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. Unlock your full potential with Onnit, your go-to for premium supplements, fitness gear, and wellness essentials. Whether you're training hard, recovering faster, or just looking to feel your best, Onnit has the tools you need to perform at your peak. Visit Onnit, that's ONNIT.com, and elevate your mind, body, and spirit today. At Rolls Rolla, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
At Tusane's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusanes.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now. At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss.
Welcome back. Wrapping things up on the Cam Show. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. We're live weekdays, high noon Eastern time on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts. We're talking Boston sports. We've done Patriots. We've done Bruins. The Red Sox are playing meaningful baseball games this week. Yes. Opening day just a few days away, and all we've heard about this spring training is the drama at third base and the trio of position player prospects that are supposed to be once in a generation for the Red Sox. Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Christian Campbell. Well, it looks like only one of them is going to make the opening day roster. The Red Sox told Christian Campbell Sunday night, you are going to be on the roster come opening day this Thursday in Texas. And this was the one I think we thought going into camp would be the most ready to be up there in the major leagues. Marcelo Meyer did not play a lot of AAA last year. Roman Anthony, same kind of thing. Obviously, Campbell went into AAA during the middle of the season last year as well, but he could be your starting second baseman on opening day. Is that the right call, though? You know, we knew going into this camp he might be the most ready in terms of, major league hitting, but his spring was not very good. His spring was actually, I would say, bad. He only hit 167. He did get on base at a decent clip at 305. But is that like, hey, he's, you don't see a lot of major league pitching really in spring training, especially in these split squad games, like when he hit the home run that he had in the spring. His OPS is only 576. So is this a case of Dustin Pedroia? Because I think that's going to be the comparison that you're going to get here. Is it going to be the case where in 2007, after a little bit of time at the major league level, by the way, in August of 06, in September of 06, the Red Sox said, Dustin, you're on the team. You're a second baseman. Even if you're hitting a $150 in May, you're our second baseman. And the story was, and obviously true, that he was hitting a $150 in May. And they stuck with him, and he was the rookie of the year. And then the next year, he was the MVP. So Christian Campbell, they might just be saying, hey, kid, you're our future. You're going to be our guy. And come opening day, you're going to be out there. I think it's a good and bad news for the Red Sox, right? I think that is your future. That is your guy. It does muddy up kind of what you're doing at third base. I think it should just be Bregman and Devers should be DHing, especially with Yoshida starting the year in Worcester. That seems like it's going to be the case, just logically speaking. Who knows with Devers' attitude? But Campbell being at second means Bregman's probably at third. And to me, that's the best lineup you have. The downside of it is if Christian Campbell's making the opening day roster, whether he's the starting second baseman or not, probably shows how much you don't believe in Vaughn Grissom, who was the main guy that you got back for Chris Sale. That is 2024 National League Cy Young Award winner, Chris Sale. That you finally were able to offload that, and the Braves are getting some great baseball out of him. And for you, you got a prospect of sorts in Vaughn Grissom, probably a lot like what, the Dodgers thought about Gavin Lux a few years ago. And they're showing you that he's probably not going to be a part of this team, a big part of this team anyway. He did not have a good spring. I really thought that they were going to give him a chance and just see what you have in him. But they said, nope, you know what? There's no use delaying it. Christian Campbell, he's 22. He's going to be 23 in June. Let's bring him out here. I mean, the kid tore up the minor leagues last year. He played a little bit. What was the game breakdown? 56 games in Portland in 2024 and just 19 in Worcester. Not a lot of games at AAA, which is pretty close. And he hit 286 in Worcester. He really knocked the cover off of it in Portland. He played at 3 different levels last year. He went from high A to AAA all in 2024. And now he's going to be in the major leagues the next April. He spent last April in high A, and now he's going to be in the major leagues. Like that's nuts. But he did hit 362 in Portland, only 286 in Worcester. His OPS was over 1,000 in Portland and still 898 in Worcester for a guy who wasn't, hitting for the great average. He improved the home run total. His last 2 seasons, or his last 2 winters where he's come down to Fort Myers, he's kind of set the tone for other players to come down there. He is one of the great success stories in recent memory of the Red Sox drafting him in the 3rd or 4th round. 4th round, compensatory 4th round, 132, and he's going to make the majors. Day one, he's going to be up there. And that's just the start. I mean, we haven't heard anything at this hour of Roman Anthony, probably not going to make the roster. But certainly I think you'll see Anthony at some point this year, and I'm pretty certain you'll see Meyer at some point later in the year as well. This is just the first of the big 3. And I'm fascinated to see how they're going to handle Christian Campbell in terms of what kind of leash they are going to give him in the season ahead. But it's going to take some time for everyone. We all hear it the first couple weeks of the season. The pitching is there first. The hitting comes along later. It's going to take this kid some time. It could look ugly at the beginning, but clearly his confidence has skyrocketed through the work he's put in the last couple of years. Each time he's moved up a level, he's continued to hit. He has not had one of those giant slumps as he goes to, from high A to double A to triple A. I know he didn't hit 300 in triple A. He's still at 286. He still had an OPS of 900. Like that, the guy has not flinched at whatever level he's gone to. We'll see how quickly he adapts to the major leagues, because if he's a player right away, the optimism for the Red Sox could really go through the roof here early in the season. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, is Christian Campbell ready for this? Is this the time? And how optimistic are you for this team as we count down the hours to opening day here? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Ring that notification bell. Get notified when we're going live. Hint, it's high noon Eastern time every weekday, and then wherever you get your podcast, talking nothing but Boston sports. I'm Cam Stewart. Zach Burke has kept us on the air. Thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you tomorrow on The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter.
Visit us at hinomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Tusane's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.